Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. And today we're going to be looking at another military-based vehicle. However, today we're not going to be looking at a tank. Instead, we're going to be looking at an APC, or in other words, an armored personnel carrier. This isn't the first APC I've done. However, this is the first one to utilize my cannons that I've been making. The old one was an anti-air APC that used spud guns and spud guns only. Let's go ahead and hop down and look at this. This is 8-wheel drive with 4-wheel steering, the front 4 all steer. And it's based roughly on the Russian BTR series of APCs. Let's go ahead and take a quick look around. Honestly, this is more of an experimental design of sorts, just to kind of test out the grounds with the APC style vehicles. So I didn't put too much effort into the actual aesthetics or the functionality. It is usable, but it's not perfect. Let's actually go ahead and hop in it. So there are 2 doors on either side. This is based, like I said, on the Russian BTR style of APC. The doors are here at the side, in between the 2 sets of wheels. The door swings down to form a ramp. Up into the little crew compartment, you crouch. Here we have 6 seats for 6 soldiers. And we have the driver/gunner seat here at the front. Now there's another door over to this side. And the idea being that if you're attacking an enemy on this side, you keep this door closed so you can come out safely. You're in cover behind your big armored vehicle, and you can kind of poke out and attack when possible. Or if you want, you could also climb up here and fail at climbing up here. Climb up here and attack your enemy and tuck yourself behind the vehicle, safely able to get in and out. Let's go ahead and crouch in here. I do enjoy having an interior. Not many of my vehicles actually have a space you can walk around in, but you actually walk around inside. And when you get in the seats, you can still see all around. You get out and you get thrown inside, unlike a lot of vehicles which send you out the roof, which would be a really bad idea in a battle situation. Another little thing before we actually go into the gun is there are these little ports here which you can use your spud gun to shoot out of. You have to be a bit careful because the hitbox for this actual porthole is really weird. There we go, now we're shooting. But if you go any lower, you're going to hit that block there. It's a little tricky, but I thought it was kind of cool to have it. I did think about adding little armored ports, but I decided against it just for the sake of complexity and lag. There we go, now we're inside. And one last thing I should note before we get to the gun is these doors do like to jam quite often, so all you have to do is simply put a block down, it'll fix that jam. So then, let's get to the big one here, the actual driving and the gun itself. So it's a little nippy thing. It's not the best driving, but it can get you from point A to point B rather quickly. The gun itself is not my standard gun. It is a 10 power rather than a 12 power like most of my cannons are. This is a single shot cannon. This is a very experimental setup for a turret. You will notice it's only 3 high, so I can't actually aim down. I can only aim... hit my spacebar. I can only aim up with this gun, and it's like all my other normal cannons, so 1 is left, 2 is up, 3 is down, 4 is right, 5 fires the main gun, 6 fires the machine guns, and since this is a 10 power instead of a 12 power, you do have to compensate for the extra bullet drop. The spud guns aren't as accurate when aiming, especially at long distances. At short distances, they do just fine. But if I were to try and hit that sign there instead of aiming directly at it, I'd have to ensure that I aim slightly above it. So right about there, I'd guess. So loading this thing is much different. A lot of my tanks, when you get out of the seat, the cannon is right next to you and you load it there. With this cannon, the cannon is actually above you in the ceiling. This is directly attached to the ceiling, and there's this big hole cut into the roof where you can actually get into the cannon. From here, you just drag your little block of cardboard, and the round sits at the far right here. And let's go ahead and see if we can aim back at that little insignia. And we said we needed to hit right about there. Fire. Perfect. So like I said, the bullet does drop a bit more simply because it is a less powerful cannon. You do have to compensate for it. This is not meant to be an anti-tank vehicle. This is not meant to be a tank versus tank vehicle. This is meant to be an armored personnel carrier. You get your troops to the front line, you offload them, and you're able to give them some heavy fire support while you're still there protecting them. So not only do you have your machine guns like most of my vehicles do, but you do have some anti-tank capabilities just in case. It's not the focus of this vehicle, but it's kind of the, oh god, a tank just showed up, I gotta do something other than machine guns kind of idea behind it. So let's actually go ahead and test this against a tank to give you an idea of what I mean. It is more than functional at killing tanks, however the low power level often means that the rounds don't detonate on impact like they should, and they don't have that same penetration quality that a lot of my other tanks have. So let's go with the Wyvern. There we go. And let's turn the Wyvern to face armor front. There we go. I have to hop in to get the turret to stop lagging. And there we go as well. Let's close our door. Let's load our cannon. Let's aim our gun. And let's fire. So there we go. The Wyvern, like I said, the Wyvern is a lightly armored vehicle. So that was actually rather easy to do. Since we hit the cheek, we were able to ammo rack. But don't expect that every time. The frame rate is going to crap because the Wyvern is in multiple pieces now. And since we looked at how hard this APC can actually hit, let's see how hard it can get hit. So we're in the Wyvern this time, and we're going to be shooting at the APC. So this is probably your best bet how you'd want to approach a vehicle from the APC's perspective, with the front mostly towards the enemy, a little bit of the side showing just to hopefully bounce and skirt some of those rounds away, and also give your troops some cover as well. To be honest, if you were going up against a tank in the APC, you'd probably rather run. Probably be your best bet, your safest bet, but if you have to, let's see how well its armor can hold up. So a single hit, the hit directly on the nose. Let's go for the side shot. Took out the wheels. Let's go back for that crew compartment. And let's go ahead and take a look at the damage. So the first shot hit directly on the nose. It did make the steering a little bit more difficult. I think we lost one wheel on that. However, we're still operational. Second shot took out most of our steering. We might still be able to maneuver. And that last shot took out this crew compartment. More than likely killing all those inside, unfortunately, and disabling the vehicle entirely. However, it appears that our weaponry is still functional after those 3 hits. So I'd give this a passing grade as for its armor capabilities. And as one final send off, let's go ahead and send one more round downrange at the Wyvern for a little bit of revenge. Except for my gun is no longer connected, so that the gun is technically incapacitated, because on the back of that little turret is supposed to be the logic which fires the gun. That is no longer there, so unfortunately we can't actually shoot back. That's a bummer. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to spawn one more APC. I'm going to take one more shot. We're going to have a fun time. So we need to back up a little bit just because we are on a slope, which is making it hard to hit. And like I've said before, you can't aim down, so you do have to be a bit cautious with that. Let's aim for the hole, because last time we hit the turret, that wasn't really fun. Fire. Oh, we went all the way under it. Aim right about there. Fire. Direct hit to the front hole. Fire. Right below the front hole. And there we go. We took out the seat, and the wyvern is coming straight for us. Oh no, oh no. And there goes my frame rate. And there goes the ammo rack. So I am going to end it here. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing, please subscribe, it helps out a lot. And right now, shares help the channel the most. So if you do want to help the channel, please share this episode with a friend. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for sticking around, and until next time, peace.